Netherite is by far the best material in Minecraft, but it's also the rarest. It can take days for your average Minecraft player to actually find and collect enough ancient debris to yield full netherite tools and armour. But by the end of this ultimate netherite mining guide, you'll have full netherite in the next few hours. Despite people thinking netherite spawns in a set location, believe it or not, you can find it absolutely anywhere in the nether. From the top to the bottom, you'll find it everywhere. However, it most commonly spawns at Y14 and Y15. Therefore, searching for ancient debris on level 14 is the best, as you'll cover both levels. Now, before we jump into the mining methods, it's important you understand that you can get an absolute maximum of 5 debris per chunk. However, on average, only 2 spawn per chunk, which is why they are so rare. For those of you that don't know what a chunk is, this is a 16 by 16 wide area. You can access chunk borders on Java by pressing F3 and G at the same time, and on Bedrock Edition, the best method is to go to 0, 0, and every 16 blocks is a new chunk. Now, one chunk in the nether contains 16 by 16, and the height limit is 128, meaning 32,768. One chunk in the nether can contain 32,768 blocks, and technically 1.6 of those blocks are ancient debris on average. This chart shows you just how much more concentrated the spawn rate is at Y14 and Y15, so it's important we hit this area. And here's a quick reminder to subscribe if you've already learned something. Method 1. Bed mining. This has become quite a popular method in the last few years, as its debris per hour is quite high. Essentially, you're going to explode a chunk with your bed, but it's not that simple. So first you want to find the edge of a chunk border. From the edge, mine 5 blocks like this and place down the bed and sleep. Move forward, place another bed, and once again explode. And here we've essentially cleared out a chunk at Y14 in a matter of seconds. If you're very lucky, you'll find one first go. If not, turn around and do the exact same on the other side of the chunk border. Now, before you try this, here's some game-changing tips. So for a start, get rid of this block and place down a slab instead, because less of your body will be showing to the bed, meaning you'll actually take much less damage. Also, ensure to be wearing decent armour, and even better, blast protection armour. Bring plenty of food as well as a few fire resistance potions just in case you hit a lava pool. And if you do hit some lava, block it up straight away so it doesn't hide any debris. For efficiency, just strip mine a nice sized tunnel, and at the edges create your 5 deep hole and place a bed. That way everything is pre-set up and all you have to do is sleep. Speaking of which, you'll be needing quite a lot of wool to make the beds, so I'd highly recommend making a wool farm. Click the card in the top right for one of the easiest efficient sheep farms out there. And this bed mining method will get you approximately 30 debris per hour. For an even better method though, keep watching. Method 2, strip mining. Of course I had to throw strip mining on the list, as although it's an all-time classic, it's still one of the best methods. Now, you might think it's as simple as going to Y14 and mining in one direction, but actually it isn't. So there's a few different ways to strip mine, starting with a 2x1 tunnel. This method works fine, but you can actually head to a chunk border and mine a 2x2 tunnel like this, effectively doubling your chances of finding ancient debris. Some people also like to go a little bit wider with the spread, covering more ground. It's also really useful for when you bump into gravel or any slow mining materials, as you can simply just skip round it, wasting less time. And surprisingly, some players actually like to just completely mine out the full chunk, which is great because you won't miss any netherite, but it's simply less efficient. Now, before I tell you the best strip mining method, here's some really helpful tips. So, when mining with a diamond pickaxe, for example, the mining speed maxes out at efficiency 2. This means any enchantment higher than efficiency 2 is kinda wasted, and it's definitely not required, so just stick with efficiency 2. Stick unbreaking on your pickaxe to make it last longer, or potentially mending, as all the quartz you mine will keep your pickaxe going for much longer. And once again, bring potions of fire resistance just in case you bump into some lava and accidentally get burned. Also, here's a quick biome tip. If possible, try to do this in the warped forest biome, as only endermen spawn here, making this the most safest biome to do this in. And I would highly recommend staying away from soul sand valleys, as you'll just hit loads of soul sand which will constantly slow you down. And absolutely do not strip mine in the basalt deltas, as you're surrounded by constant lava pools and all the blackstone and basalt, which will slow you down incredibly. Anyway, after testing all these variations of strip mining, I'd recommend sticking with the 2x2 tunneling on a 2-chunk border, as you'll get approximately 40 ancient debris per hour, which is 10 more than method 1. However, this next method is by far the best. Method 3. TNT mining. So for this method you'll just need TNT and a flint of steel, but having access to elytras and fireworks speed up this method. To get lots of TNT, I'd advise moving to a desert, get a few shulker boxes down and clear out a whole area of sand. For the gunpowder, I'd highly recommend making a creeper farm. I'm making a tutorial on that very soon, so if the video is out, you'll see a pop up in the top right. If not, I'm sure you can find one on YouTube. So anyway, moving back to the Nether. After doing multiple tests on the most efficient way to place the TNT, it's very clear not to place them after each other one by one in a line like this, or even place one, skip one, place one. In fact, the most efficient way to cover the most area with the blast is to place 2 TNT, skip a block, 2 TNT, skip a block, etc. So go ahead and mine on a chunk border, probably at least 100 blocks away, and put down the TNT in the method that I said. So before you explode this, ensure you've dug a little bit further on from the tunnel so you're definitely safe from any blast that could come and kill you. So once you've set off the TNT, just follow the blast as it explodes its way down the tunnel and mine any ancient debris you find along the way. And with this method you can expect to find approximately 100 ancient debris per hour. Yes, this is by far the best method to find Netherite. However, I'm sure you've realised it requires the most preparation out of the 3 methods. So in conclusion, if you are in more of an endgame situation with access to the correct resources, definitely 100% TNT mine. But if you aren't at that stage in your Minecraft world yet, either bed mine or strip mine for sure. Before you go and try these out for yourselves, here's some additional information that will help you out. So when you've collected your ancient debris, craft either a furnace or a blast furnace. Use a bucket of lava as your fuel source, as it is easily accessible in the Nether, as well as it burns for much longer than coal, specifically a total of 50 ancient debris. Now at this point you should have tons of gold nuggets from all the mining you've just done, so craft them into golden ingots. Create a smithing table with 4 wooden planks and 2 iron ingots. Collect your netherite scraps and craft them with the golden ingots to finally create netherite ingots. And the final step is to place diamond armour into the smithing table along with 1 netherite ingot and collect your netherite tools. Now this video took me such a long time to create, so consider subscribing and let me know which method you're going to be using. If you enjoyed this video, definitely check out the ultimate diamond mining guide, and I'll see you there.